I love wood. This is gonna sound bad. This is gonna be, okay. Woody fragrances is a subcategory of fragrances that is quite inclusive, sometimes to a fault. You'll often hear fragrances described as woody in nature, or maybe you'll go on Fragrantica and see woody listed as one of the main accords for a fragrance, then smell it and be like,
this don't smell like a 2x4.
Now I know we're talking about wood here, and so some of my audience members with a dirty mind, let's just try to hold it together for a little bit, all right? Kind of joking, but not really. I mean, I think about fragrances like Grey Vetiver, Tom Ford, go on Fragrantica. Woody is the #1 accord listed for this fragrance, and this to me just smells like a fresh, clean plane of grass. Somebody actually described Grey Vetiver to smell like what fresh baby carrots out of the bag smell like, and I kind of get what they mean, but either way, this is not what wood smells like. Bois Imperial, the main note being Akigala wood, but again, this is a fragrance, it smells like a clean, fresh garden. I'm not trying to do reviews on these, I'm just saying that these are two fragrances with woody notes listed as the main accord of the fragrance, and these don't smell like wood at all. And I feel like this happens quite often in the fragrance community, and if you're someone who's looking for woody scents that actually smell like wood, you can very often be disappointed or maybe led astray. And I think there's some reasons why that happens, but it doesn't matter, because in today's video, I'm gonna give you 5 suggestions for fragrances that are woody fragrances that actually smell like wood. If you're new here, I'm Will, this is Frag Yap. Please feel free, like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And let's get right into it. And I don't think this is all happening due to like false advertisement or anything like that. A lot of time the fragrances that you see described as woody notes, the aroma chemicals that are used to produce this scent derive from wood. And so while the final product may not smell like wood in the classic way that you're imagining it, whether it be like tree bark, or maybe you're thinking of like 2x4s or something at like Lowe's, like polished and processed wood, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're false advertising. Now, the first fragrance I'll suggest that I think actually does smell like wood, and I think this one is absolutely amazing and totally a slept-on designer fragrance, and that would be Hero Eau de Toilette by Burberry. Burberry Hero EDT, this is a very impressive scent. It is highly versatile, highly masculine. I think it's appropriate for all ages, and you can find this fragrance at very, very affordable prices on online discounters. I think I've seen this fragrance in the $40 to $50 price point range, and so for a designer brand like Burberry, getting a great scent like this that's wearable and mass appealing, I think it's an absolutely no-brainer. The scent itself, it does have that ambery woody texture, but being that it's done in an eau de toilette concentration, you still get this very fresh and wearable take on it, and it really just smells amazing. It's one of those fragrances that I think just like 99% of dudes would smell that and be like, oh yeah, that's good, I love that, that's great. So this is a really easy one to recommend, especially for some of my guys who don't have the massive budgets for some of the niche fragrances and more expensive fragrances, or if you're a young guy and you're just looking for something simple and effective to get the job done, Burberry Hero EDT is really an option you can't go wrong with. I would say the one caveat to this fragrance, and this is something that you'll see a lot around not just this fragrance but all the other fragrances in the Hero line, is that performance is a big liability from this fragrance. And unfortunately, that is true. I think you can expect to get like 90 minutes to 2 hours at the most with an extremely faint skin scent beyond there. But honestly, for the price of this fragrance, I think this is something where you can get creative and either put some juice into a decant or bring the bottle with you to reapply if this is the only option you can afford, or if you just really like the way it smells. And that's how I feel. I think this is one that's worth bringing with you and reapplying because it really does smell that good, and because it's not too expensive, you can really justify a couple extra sprays a day. A very simple, approachable, easy to like, mass appealing, appropriate for all ages, all situations, men's fragrance that it just really checks all these boxes that you want, minus the performance. Trying to make sure that I'm not only giving you guys like $250 bottle recommendations on the channel, so trying to keep a balance here. But I think this is a really good fragrance nonetheless. The next fragrance that we'll get into is probably the quintessential woody fragrance on the market. One of the most popular fragrances, not only in this category, but maybe of all time. I am talking about Santal 33 by the house of Le Labo. When I put my nose in this fragrance for the first time, it really opened my eyes and made me realize that there is so much more to fragrance beyond just Shower Gel DNA, Sauvage, and just kind of your standard designers, this taught me that a fragrance can be different and artistic and kind of break the boundaries of what you think a perfume can be. Santal 33 is sandalwood done in this very minimal type of scent profile. It does not smell perfumey at all. It smells very dry, it smells very minimal, and it almost even smells like an organic compound rather than a perfume. It doesn't have that fresh zinginess that you get when you spray the alcohol on of common perfumes that you wear. Just that fresh perfumey alcohol-esque thing that the opening of many designer fragrances have that makes them very recognizable as a perfume. This doesn't have that whatsoever. And a lot of people don't like that about this fragrance. This is actually a very, very polarizing fragrance, not only just because of the way that it's blended, but also different people get different scents from this fragrance. To my nose, again, this is a very dry and minimal take on sandalwood, but many people claim that Santal 33 gives them the depiction of pickles or dill, and that's not the case for me. But again, this is a very commonly held opinion. So this is one of those things that's just, you either get the pickle thing or you get the sandalwood thing, and there's really no in between. So for that reason, I think you should definitely sample this fragrance if it sounds like something that's interesting to you, or if you've heard about this fragrance before and you're wondering what it smells like. Definitely sample it, because there's really no way to know if your nose is gonna get the pickle thing or not. For me, I don't get that. So you get this dry sandalwood, almost a creamy texture to it that doesn't have those perfumey elements that I've talked about. And, you know, again, just is really something different, but absolutely does give you that very minimalistic, high focus on sandalwood, and it's phenomenal. It's giving me this like luxurious organic compound vibe that, again, just kind of changed my perception of what a perfume can be. And I absolutely love Santal 33. I love Le Labo, their entire brand. You can even kind of see, kind of just by the label and the bottle style, that minimalism is really what they're going for. And there's a number of different brands that try to do this. I think Le Labo, however you want to pronounce them, are best in class at doing this minimal fragrance, organic compound type of thing. Santal 33 being their flagship release, and if you haven't put your nose on it, I absolutely recommend that you do. If the price point on Santal 33 is jarring for you, I think the 100 mLs are going for like over $300, and the 50 mLs are like in the 200. Like, they are very, very expensive to get them retail. There is actually a $20 fragrance by the house of Cremo. I don't even would call them a house. You can get this at Target. Palo Santo by Cremo. You can get this at Target for like 20 bucks, I think. Very, very similar in scent profile to Santal 33. I think this goes a little bit more masculine. Not as great of performance, but again, 20 bucks versus 300 bucks. You know, come on. From a value assessment perspective, this does obviously make more sense. But if you are a lover of this DNA, to me, nothing has really been able to scratch the itch like the real thing. That's just my take on it. And if you are somebody who gets that pickle note, then the next fragrance that I'll recommend to you is what I see as the commonly used alternative to Santal 33. For those that get the pickle thing from Santal 33, they go to this one to get the same type of minimalistic, woody, organic compound DNA without the pickle note. That would be Tam Dao Eau de Parfum by the house of Diptyque. Or Diptyque.
Whatever.
Now, I don't own Tam Dao because I love Santal 33 and I'm very happy with it, but I do actually have a dupe of it by the house of Burberry, this Burberry Roots. So Tam Dao is doing a very similar thing as Santal 33. It just goes in a little bit of a different direction with maybe the tone of the wood itself. I feel like instead of being a creamy sandalwood, it's just maybe a slightly darker type of wood. I'm not going to sit here and be like,
this is a sandalwood, but this is a mahogany, you know, what?
I don't really know. It's a very similar style and take on wood, with being very minimal in nature, being very dry. But I think this just is a little bit of a darker toned wood, if that makes sense at all. Now, many fragrance enthusiasts who maybe are familiar with Santal 33, but they get that pickle thing, or maybe it's just too expensive for them, they want an alternative that does the same thing and either is more affordable or doesn't give them the sensation of dill when they smell it. Tam Dao is what I've seen as the #1 kind of best alternative in this category. It's definitely more attractive from a price perspective, but again, in my personal opinion, the scent of Tam Dao is not as good. It just doesn't do it as well as Santal 33 does to my nose. Again, that's a very subjective take. That's a very subjective opinion, but you know, sometimes a fragrance is just for you. And so as much as I try to not let my bias get in the way of things, you know, I know there are plenty of people out there who agree and also love this type of style, this type of DNA. So there's just two options for just that dry, organic, minimal, woody type of scent. You really can't go wrong with either one. I'd recommend trying both and determining which one you maybe like better between the two. So my 2 cents. Now, the fourth fragrance I want to recommend for you that actually smells like wood is a fragrance I've talked about many times on this channel before. I've often described this as my favorite fragrance of all time. That would be Royal Oud by the House of Creed. Now, I know you hear the name Royal Oud and you immediately probably think this fragrance smells a lot different than it actually does. The #1 note in this fragrance is cedar. So really, they should have named this Royal Cedar. This is another thing that Creed does all the time, where they name fragrances with notes that aren't actually in the fragrance. If you're familiar with Creed, you know that the ingredient quality and the blending is absolutely top notch. I think Royal Oud is one of the best examples of this. You get this really masculine cedarwood type of scent that almost kind of reminds me a little bit of sawdust, but you also get a little bit of spice, a little bit of black pepper, and you just get this really luxurious nature to the blending and the ingredient quality that just makes this feel masculine, makes it feel wealthy. You can dress this up. You don't necessarily have to. It's very versatile. If you're into really highly masculine scents that are woody in nature, I just think there's no better option ever created compared to Royal Oud. This is like a cult classic fragrance from the House of Creed. You will find tons of people online who testify in the same way that I do, that this is one of their favorite fragrances of all time, but it's not one of Creed's best sellers, and it's not one that I think you hear about talked about as often as like Aventus and Millésime Imperial, Virgin Island Water, all those fragrances. Like, you don't really hear about Royal Oud as much as you hear about some of those. But again, for a category that I feel like is very misrepresented and misunderstood in the world of fragrance, I don't know why people don't talk about Royal Oud more than they do. Now, when it comes to a Creed fragrance, I know what you're probably wondering.
How is the performance?
Creed is unfortunately pretty well known for reformulating their fragrances and nerfing the performance on newer batches, newer bottles. I will tell you, Royal Oud is really one of the exceptions to that rule, in my opinion. This is an older bottle from 2015. I actually own 2 other bottles of Royal Oud from more recent years, and they all kind of perform about the same. I get a solid 7-8 hours out of it. Very satisfactory performance. I really have no issues with the performance on this fragrance in this batch or in any of the batches that I own. So I don't know if it's just the chemicals didn't get banned by the IFRA or kind of what the deal was with why they've been able to preserve the performance on Royal Oud, but no concerns there at all from me. Now, if you clicked on this video and you're looking for a masculine woody scent, if I had to pick one fragrance to say, forget the rest of the fragrances I talked about in this video, just get this one, I think Royal Oud would be that pick for me. And I think the next and last option that I'm going to give you is probably for that 1% of the 1% who are really looking for something older, mature, and different. So we'll get into that right now. The last fragrance I want to recommend to you that smells like real wood to me, and this is a fragrance that has really made its way up the ranks in my collection, that I got blindly as a trade. And at first I wasn't sure if I was really going to wear it that often or how much I was really going to enjoy it. The more I have worn it, the more I have fallen in love with this fragrance. This is Woody Leather with Oud Intense, C for Men by Clive Christian. So you'll see this marketed as C for Men, but also Woody Leather with Oud Intense. So when you read that label and you see Woody Leather with Oud, it's telling you what this fragrance is. I mean, those are the 3 primary accords of this fragrance. You've got wood, you got a touch of leather, and you got some oud. I wouldn't say that one of those notes particularly beats the other 2 out. I feel like they are masterfully blended, and this also, just like Creed, has just an elite level of ingredient quality that just smells rich and luxurious and regal and just like billionaire energy. Clive Christian, it's just something different about Clive Christian. I don't know what it is. All their fragrances just have that
thing
to them that just, again, I feel like I'm royalty. I just feel like I'm smelling like I am the fucking Prince of Dubai. Maybe not the Prince of Dubai. Where I feel like I'm smelling like a king. Like, I don't know. This is actually a very photorealistic scent for me as well, and when I wear it, what I picture in my mind is a very old, luxurious, ancient library. So I'm picturing a library that's made out of like really old, I don't know, mahogany, cedar wood. I don't know what type of wood it would be made out of. Some type of really old, rich wood. And, you know, like back in the days when they had trees that they would cut down that were just thousands of years old and just so much richer and stronger compared to maybe some of the wood that gets used in today's modern constructions and whatnot. I don't know if this is making sense, but this smells like a library that was constructed 200 years ago out of the wood derived from trees that were thousands of years old. So you can almost smell like the aged nature of the wood. And so where the leather comes in, that to me is kind of depicting smelling like leather-bound books and pages that fill the library. And the oud, you know, it doesn't give you this like really Middle Eastern twang to this fragrance at all. I feel like what the oud is doing is really just making everything feel aged to a certain extent. So oud is really just kind of taking that wood and leather, you know, library picture in my mind and just making it really feel like it's something that's aged and been around for a very, very long time and wealthy and luxurious and all of those other things. There's actually a little bit of orange zest in the top notes that give this like a freshness to it as well. So this is a fragrance that is incredibly balanced. It's not too dark. It's not dirty. It's not animalic. It's nothing like that at all. It is absolutely phenomenal, fantastic, 10 out of 10 fragrance that I will own forever. And when I run out of this bottle, I'm just gonna get another one. Like I just love the way this smells, just so much larger than life. And so this is another fragrance that just, again, it gets pretty neglected when people talk about Clive Christian. You often hear about Blonde Amber, 1872, a lot of these other popular Clive Christian fragrances, and those are all great in their own right. But again, if you're looking for this woody, masculine scent profile, if you have not put your nose on C for Men, do it. So those are some of my favorite woody fragrances that actually smell like wood. Let me know what other fragrances you would have added to this list and what you think of any of the fragrances talked about in this video. Thanks for watching the video all the way through. If you made it this far to the end, I highly appreciate it. Feel free to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff, as it helps me make more videos just like this one. All right, guys, hope to see you in the very next video. Peace.